All right, so we got some good news for everybody, which I'm relieved to hear. It's actually quite pleasant. Jeff Bezos, who's worth about $117 billion, is going to take $10 billion and use it to fight climate change, okay? That's very good news because that money could go a long way, and he has it, right? Not everybody has that type of money, and we could see exactly how much $10 billion is, because that's a lot of power and that's a lot of responsibility. Luckily for him, he realized what he wants to do in this world. He's in control of the money. He made it honestly. There's a lot of people who have billions of dollars that you'll never hear about because they stole it. All right, Jeff didn't steal his. He created Amazon, and he did good. And he's the reason why he was able to do that is because he's smart. He's not dumb. He doesn't come up with excuses. He's not sitting around talking about stories about, oh, this should be done this way, or saying, next week I'm going to do that. And he's a very, very precise businessman who was able to grow his business. Do you know how? You want to know how he grew his business or how he started Amazon? He made his strategic choices, okay? He started with books. Now, the way books works when the internet was coming around, there's ways to get books for cheap, right? 10 cents a book, 15 cents a book, 20 cents a book. Books were nothing but a matter of logistics because somebody was ready to throw them away and somebody else was ready to pay what they needed for them. So he was able to buy something that cost 10 cents, all right, or 50 cents or $1 and able to sell it for $15 or $20. I can't buy a piece of jewelry for $50 and sell it for $1,500, right? I'm in the wrong business. He was in the right business at the right time. They gave him the right capital, the right foundation to be able to grow that business logically and logistically, and that's exactly what he did. And he's got a new a pledge that he mentioned in September, that he's going to be carbon neutral by 2040. All right, 2040, and he's and 100% renewable energy by the end of this decade. That's pretty good. That's a number. All right. So he's basically going to put solar panels on the roof and electric cars and everything else by the end of 2030. And then his activities on this planet with his company are going to be completely carbon neutral. All right? Mine's aren't, yours aren't, because we're consuming. I drove here to work. I burnt a lot of energy. I did this, I did that. I don't have the resources to be able to change that paradigm. Right? If it was horse time, it would be on a horse. So it's not exactly in my control or my capability to be able to change. It isn't his. He's doing that for Amazon, and he's taking $10 billion and he's putting it in. I don't know what he's going to be spending $10 billion on, okay? So me being in the Diamond District, I like to focus on numbers, percentages, and so on and so forth, right? I learned a lot here, right? If somebody comes into the business and they're going to tell me, all right, I'm going to fully ice a watch for you with great quality, they're insulting me. I don't want to hear fully iced with great quality. That's for the end consumer. I want to know how many carats and what the quality is and what the size of the stones. I want to know 31 carats, VS, F color, 20-pointer bezel, 1.5 pointers on the band, and 3 pointers on the side. Okay, that's what I want to hear. I want to break it down to numbers. This is a decent number. By 2040, is it going to be enough to save the planet? I don't really know. He's putting up another $10 billion real soon. I don't know where the planet is because they never gave me the numbers. They told me the planet is fully iced with great quality. They didn't tell me how many inches the sea level is going to rise by 2035 or 2030, so I could go out in 2030 with a measuring stick and see if they're right? They didn't tell me all the data that I needed, and that's why there's so many skeptics on the climate change. But I know with 7 billion people on this planet, all of them consuming and destroying, we're going to rip this planet to shreds, and it's just a matter of time. Right? It's a matter of time and what kind of decisions people make. Jeff Bezos, he decided to put $10 billion down to make it happen. He could have did $20 billion. He decided to put 10. That's cool. Better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? A cheese sandwich is better than no sandwich at all, but it's not quite the dinner that you're hoping for. But sure, he could have said $10 billion to make your life even more miserable than it is. He didn't. All right? So $10 billion, I just want to quantify exactly what that is. All right, here's the number 10. It's easy to get to a billion. All right, here's 10,000. Here's 10 million right here. And now 1, 2, 3. Here's 10 billion. All right, so If you were working and you were making $15 an hour, how long would you be working to make $10 billion? To put that number in perspective, right? $15 an hour, you would be working, let's see, 666 million hours. 666 million hours divided by 24 days. If you were working, or 24 hours, you'd be working all night long for forever, okay? For 27 million years. That's how much money he's got. All right, imagine having to do your job without a break, weekends, no holidays, no nothing, 24 hours, even while you're sleeping, for 27 million years to get 10 billion. Not what he has. So you see the level where the money's at, right? You feel like an insect. Well, it's his responsibility. If it's an interesting universe where those things matter, and who does what with what money, like Jesus maybe said, maybe that he has a big responsibility here. I don't really know. I can't answer that question for you. I'm just happy to hear at least he's putting in something because it's going to help. Because according to what I find out about what's going on in the environment, within the next, my estimate, 20 to 30 years, things could get very, very difficult. I don't know how difficult, massive displacement, and we'll look at numbers at the end with the coronavirus anyway. What's next, guys? All right, what do we have here? Apple warns that coronavirus will hurt revenue. Well, there's another group that has vast amount of money. They didn't put $10 billion to be carbon neutral or to do anything yet. I hope that they will because they got a lot of money too. Coronavirus still spreading, still going crazy, still infecting the fuck out of everybody in China, and it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare scene. We're going to look at the numbers behind that. Unfortunately, countries including Japan and Germany are also slowing in growth. That sucks, all right? It's a big problem. How is the problem going to grow to make your life miserable too with this disease? We don't know. Let's go to what's next, all right? Sanders and Michael Bloomberg are starting to tiff with one another. If you're watching the primaries and you hate Trump like some people do, right? They want somebody to replace him. The only person who's going to be able to replace him at this point in time is Bernie Sanders. He's in the lead. People are standing behind him. He would have beat him in the previous election in 2016. He might not beat him now because the economy is doing great, and that's something we're going to be bringing to you tomorrow about the economy, I think. All right, but I think that Bernie Sanders might not hack it, and he's beefing with Mike Bloomberg, right? He's trying to take his spot. He's saying Mike is buying all of his TV ads. They get nasty because they get personally insulted. Someone is trying to take something. He's trying to do something honestly, and someone is lying about him. Someone is, saying something nasty about him. So now they're getting into a tiff. Who gives a shit, really? All right, Mike Bloomberg is trying to do what he wants to do. Bernie's trying to do what he wants to do. Mike is spending vast amounts of money, another billionaire. Bernie's trying to do it a little bit different. Bernie's the underdog, but he's ahead anyway. Mike Bloomberg probably not going to hack it. Not a lot of time left. He's definitely not going to be able to beat Trump. In his head, he's beating Trump. In reality, there's different realities. So let's do that. CNN, what are they saying on CNN? Anything interesting? Nothing. Okay. Don't worry about that. Now I'm going to just get to this. This is important. Numbers are important. I want everybody watching to be able to, or everybody involved with me in any way, to be able to work with numbers, okay? I don't want to hear a story. Don't let it anything, because a lot of these people, they tell you a bunch of bullshit and they fool you and they make it seem this way, and I see it all the time. We're going to point them out soon. But let's focus on the numbers of this coronavirus and why I'm particularly keeping my eye on it. Okay, let's watch this shit real quick. And if it starts to play, refresh the page, please. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you exactly what's going on with this virus and how it's spreading in China. All right. So here it is. It started out here, reported cases. There might be cases that are unreported. Something's going on. It's ballooning, right? So let's focus on the region of China here. This is where it started, where I thought it was in the open air markets. Someone else said it was it's man-made, it's this, it's that. Unless there's evidence of that, we don't really know. So it's growing, right? Now I like to look at this statistic. Whoever made this is a smart person. Smart people. This is what I don't want to hear about the virus is this and the virus is that. I want to see the numbers and the cases, okay? And this was at the beginning of the month anyway. So we don't really know what the fuck is going on here. So this thing is fucking spreading like crazy, the reported cases. People might be scared to be reporting that they have this virus because they know they're going to get quarantined and something frightening is going to happen. They might be scared to go to the hospital. And it's killing a certain proportion out of the people that it's infecting, right? Right here, it's so far, take the last 2 digits off, and it's going to be out of every 350, 7 people are dead, right? The same ratio I spoke about last time. Now let's look. So it's going up to 40,000 as time goes on. It's increasing. The spread is not being stopped yet. The spread, that's dangerous. Cases over here, cases over there, cases over here. Then it starts to balloon all of a sudden. Oh, this is the date right here. It starts to balloon, and now it's kind of tapering off on the 15th. And I don't know what to tell you. Is it going to stop? Is it going to continue to spread? I think they got the people off the cruise ship. The people who are stuck on that Princess cruise ship were stuck on there for forever. They were going crazy. America got all of their people out of there. And, you know, some people are stuck in that nightmare zone. You got to be careful if this virus hits. Don't get caught in the fuck. Go to the roof. Don't get fucking caught in a fucking place where you're gonna get stuck. Because as far as I can tell, it's spreading. And if it's infecting people on the cruise ship, it's spreading through the air. I'm not a doctor. Somebody said, you know, in the comments on the other video, Azerbaijani science, they called it, what I was telling them. Yo, I'm not a doctor, but I'm not dumb. All right? The virus is affecting people's lungs. What does that tell you? What do you use your fucking lungs for? You know what I'm saying? Use them to breathe. People will be able to breathe it in, all right?
The report says that it's 1,800.
1,800 dead. It's just the disruption of it all. I mean, if you get it, there's a one in... Don't you want to know that if you got the coronavirus, there's a 1 in 350 chance that you might die? You don't want to think it's 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 3,000. Get the numbers on your side. This shit is fucking spreading. If somebody wanders out or somebody malicious goes out to these places, they're going to have to lock down the entire planet or just let it spread and kill 1 out of every 350 fucking people on this planet. That might do more than the $10 billion to save climate change. I don't really know, unless one of those people that it kills would have solved the whole problem to begin with. Again, so numbers are involved. This is involved. Coronavirus. People are suffering. You know, if you're religious, say a prayer for them because they're really going through it over there. Quarantined, and I would not want to be here right now for the fucking world. 56,000 cases, 70,000 cases worldwide right now. You know, so I hope that this disease is contained and it passes, but according to this number, as far as I could tell, it's going to keep increasing. All of China is going to get infected with the disease.
They say in Argentina that people that traveled have seen, and they assure they have never
someone
been controlled by coronavirus.
Yes, some people have it that are not on this chart. All right, they might be stuck with the coronavirus. They might be completely consumed with it, and they might be spreading it across the world. It might hit everywhere. Very serious chance that might happen because nothing is stopping it. It's already out of control. You could stop it when it has 1 or 2 people and make sure nobody gets in. You're good. That's what these countries are doing now. But if it starts, if some way, somehow it hits 30 people, 40 people, and you only get to 25 and quarantine to 25 and 5 turn to 25, it's a numbers game. Numbers. That's why this trusty calculator is going to be here at Trax News all the time. I'm asking you guys, like and comment if you like this content. I'm not going to be doing this. I have better things to do after a long, hard day in the Diamond District than doing this, unless it's for people that actually enjoy it. So please like, comment. You could DM your questions. If you have crazy videos or stories, I'm going to collaborate with every person that's a real fan, every intelligent person I could talk to and communicate with. We're all going to work together for whatever to whatever advantage that we can. That's what I want to do. The Trax News is sponsored by, of course, Trax NYC, Diamond Jewelry on TraxNYC.com, or here in the store, or custom project, or whatever you want to do. Anything I'm forgetting, Francesco?
No, that there's no controls in the airports, and they're not actually controlling people to see if they have coronavirus. That's what
In Argentina?
No, in China.
Oh, in China.
People from Argentina that travel to China are saying that.
That's bad news. Okay, well, listen, aside from that, all right, take care of yourselves and hit us up and do your thing and like and comment and get ready to play a big game, because that's exactly what I'm doing. And this hoodie, if you want one,